Hey everyone, happy Monday. It's Alexis. I am back with a brand new video. Today, you guys, I am talking about what do you got to have? What do you need? How do you need to be to manifest the ideal situation, the ideal relationship with your specific person, whoever that is. I am going to break it down to 3 tips, tricks, way to be. How do we do that? Okay. Before I get started though, the links for booking one-on-one coaching with me are in the box below, as well as links to all of my pre-recorded hypnosis audios and courses. Okay. And also I've got a big announcement is that I have 3 new pre-recorded hypnosis recording audios available on our website. You guys, I asked myself for months, what do people need? I listened to clients and what do people need? And these 3 were the ones that I came up with. The first one is release your past, okay? So this hypnosis audio is for you if you have a really difficult time sticking to the new story, the new creation, the new version, relationship, all the things with your SP, right? So who doesn't need that, right? Who doesn't need that? I think all the clients I've spoken to this week, last week, there's always an inclination that we have to hold on to the past, the old story, okay? So there is release the past is the first one. Second one is lucky charm. So if you're wanting to get into the lucky syndrome, be the lucky girl, the lucky guy, receive more abundance, receive more prosperity, have some more fun, right? How do we do that? We got to train the subconscious mind that you are one of the lucky ones. So that's a really fun hypnosis audio also. And the third one is healing space hypnosis. Now, the third one, healing space hypnosis, it could be for physical healing, emotional healing, mental healing. It's also one that I designed that is really one of my favorites. And it's one that I think is great for just giving yourself space throughout the day to quiet the mind and activate all the things that get activated in hypnosis, which we know through studies now are also activated during meditation. But hypnosis is even deeper. And the way that I take you into each of these audios allows you to slow all the body's processes down, slow the mind down. You naturally activate and come into contact with the theta brainwave. Potentially, I don't want to say it, but you could oscillate between the theta brainwave and the delta brainwave, the deeper brainwaves that we access during sleep. So the healing space hypnosis audio is great for anyone that just also wants to take some time out for themselves. Who doesn't need healing, right? Like, frankly, who doesn't need to release something from the past? Who doesn't need to feel like, hey, I'm so lucky? And who doesn't need to feel like I've got a healing space, okay? So these are for you guys. There's a bundle pack. You can grab all 3 for a sale price. You can also buy them individually. And the way that I recommend you use them, okay, is that these are not to be used while you are driving. They're not to be used while you're doing something else. My hypnosis affirmation audios are intended to be potentially used that way. These are not. You need to be lying down. I really recommend lying down, you guys. I don't recommend sitting unless that really works for you and you have done that with previous practices. You could do that with this, but I'd rather have you take the they're roughly from 16 minutes to 20 minutes, okay? Take 20 minutes out for yourself, put on an eye mask, get cozy, get comfortable, no notifications, right? Turn your phone on, do not disturb. Take some time out for yourself. Now, if that inherently is difficult for you, you really need these audios, okay? We got to take time out for ourselves, have time to ingrain and really, really soak in to the subconscious mind the contents of each. Okay, so just as a general refresher too, before I jump into today's also content is, what is the subconscious mind? I actually had someone who I spent a lot of time with say to me, you know, I don't think I have a subconscious mind recently. Now, this is not someone that it's not someone that I professionally know. And I said, oh, so you don't think you have a subconscious mind? And I went on to a tangent, you know, nicely about maybe you do. Maybe you want to think about it this way. It opened up her eyes, you guys, because it's just not something we've ever talked about. She's a mom of a child. That's my son's friend, etc. And she was like, wow, like, I'm like, yeah, well, this is, you know, I am a hypnotherapist. This is kind of my field. So you chose to tell someone who is like an expert in this, right? I might not have one. Okay, so you guys have one. Isn't that funny? So I obviously created that because I wanted to be talking about that, which is very interesting. Okay. In any event, subconscious mind is 90 to 95% of who you are. If you think you don't have a subconscious mind, ask yourself who is right now running my blood system, lymph system, digestive system, etc. It's unconscious processing, okay? The subconscious mind is your storehouse, your place of your deeper mind, deeper imagination, okay? And I just want to say too that you can get a lot of movement, change, feeling so great from the pre-recorded hypnosis audios. That's what they're for. I've had a lot of people over the years that I've never spoken to, never actually had as coaching clients, who have written in the most beautiful success stories because they invested in the hypnosis audios and never even booked one-on-one sessions. Like, that's why I'm trying to create my own time to make them, because I do them diligently and I don't just throw them together. It's got to be something that I have understood. This is what people need and this is what I'm creating. Okay. So these can create huge change in your life. And if nothing else, you guys, just being able to take time out for yourself, close your eyes, days that you're busy, days that life feels like a crap show, right? Days that so much stuff is going on. If you can take time out to do this and have time to yourself, even in your car, okay? You could see a huge shift in your energy, right? Because your energy and your feeling is also a subconscious response to your consciousness and your involvement in life. So if you're feeling frantic, overwhelmed, frustrated, irritated, sad, depressed, no energy, low libido even, these might even calibrate you just by accessing the deeper brainwave, okay? There's also studies out right now about meditation that I've come across where we're activating the whole, your thyroid, your pineal gland, everything gets activated, and that's the anti-aging stuff, right? So, like, you guys, do hypnosis is my final answer on the whole thing. Grab the audios. Okay, I'm 7 minutes in. Grab the audios. They are perfect as a bundle pack, an individual, okay? So, that being said, now, what are our 3 tips today? What are we going to focus on for creating the ideal relationship and ideal situation with your specific person? Now, my tips are not going to be brand new information. These are things I've touched upon in previous videos. And that's what the videos are intended for, is to reiterate the same thing. So number 1, you have got to get, anyone know what I'm going to say? You got to get the 3 S's, you guys. You got to get safe, stable, secure. It needs to be a non-negotiable, okay? Now, I'm saying this too because I think that a lot of people have reality creation and reality specific person, creating your relationship. A lot of people have got it twisted, okay? If anyone notices that there's, I mean, I doubt you can see in the video, but I'm noticing, and it was a surprise. I got to my office back here, I took charcoal, and it's in my fingers, okay? So it's not from dirt with my son, it's charcoal. You guys, like, there's a lot of information out there about manifest your SP this way. What am I thinking? What am I reiterating? What am I affirming? What's my list of affirmations to make something happen? That is not a foundational practice for reality creation. And that's not the way you want to look at having to create anything, is making something, doing something, making it happen. As I say it, making something, doing something, making it happen. It's even anxiety provoking, okay? Who these days doesn't feel like everything that we hear, a lot of things we hear out, social media and the media, are about anxiety. I actually referred a client this week to watch the Netflix documentary, Take Your Xanax. Anyone watch that? Now, what you take is up to you and your medical provider, but in this documentary, I agree with so many things of how they're getting people off medication to understand, where does the anxiety come from? What's the anxiety about? None of us are inherently anxious people and frenetic people. It's a response to something, and it's a deeper aspect of self that we can face, confront, and understand, okay? But that whole thing, do something, make something, figure out my relationship, I'm so done with this, get it going. You guys, it doesn't work. Now, if you're like that, the chances are that throughout your daily life and your response to most things is to feel unstable, unsafe, which leads to being insecure. Okay, now all of us inherently throughout life and as all the life's changes happen, do still experience insecurities. It is normal and natural in a human body, right? Our flesh suit and what you have got going on to have insecurities pop up. It is normal to sometimes in life feel unsafe. Okay. It is normal sometimes in life to feel unstable. Like if a major life event is happening, if, someone is crossing over, we could say, if someone is, the death and dying phase, if you're moving through that, it is very normal, or something has happened that is unexpected. It's normal to feel unstable. You guys, I'm very, very far at this point in my involvement in my career of saying, I created that, it's my fault, therefore I created it, I'm not going to think about it. No, that doesn't work either, okay? Thing is this, you do create your reality comes from you, but you also chose to come here into the human planet. You came to planet Earth where these are all part of it here, right? You can't escape loved ones and people that we love going to the next phase. We can't escape pain and suffering. It is part of the 3D reality here. Now, if you want to challenge me on that and say, I am manifesting that there's no pain and suffering, go ahead, let me know what's going on. But is that really for your highest good? I don't know, okay? I've heard it all at this point, and I understand. I empathize with all the perspectives. I am just always sharing mine because that's what my videos are about, and the overarching themes to get change and involvement in your relationship, okay? This isn't even about reality as a whole. This isn't even about, it's just about relationship change. That's what we're doing, right? You're a specific person. How do we get it going? Let's go back to number one. What's the answer? Safe, stable, secure. Now, I can hear all the questions like I always hear from people. Alexis, but how do I do that, right? What people want these days too is like a very quick plan, like do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then you're going to be safe, stable, secure. Now, the thing is this, that's kind of like how there's 1,000 diet plans. There's 1,000 people on Instagram right now that have like a whole platform, a whole page about this diet and this program because guess what? It worked for them. So they've just gotten a passion, which I love, and it's so great. But you got to see that for what it is. They have a passion about this theory because it worked for them. Your mental diet and changing your mind and changing who you are is so intricate to you because you, loves, are a precious, unique snowflake, like I've said in lots of videos. So get out of this whole, what do I do, Alexis? How do I make it happen? Okay. What we're trying to figure out is how do I be safe, stable, secure right now? Now, what you want to challenge yourself in is something happens right now. For a lot of us, life can be lots of things going on. There can be lots of changes. There can be changes in your career. There could be changes with your specific person. There could be changes if you have kids. There could be loved ones that you take care of, like your parents. Maybe that's going on. Maybe that's changing. Essentially, no matter where you are in the world, you probably have a lot of day-to-day kind of chaos things, people, relationships to manage. Like I say, people are the ones we love. People are the ones we're creating, but they're the problem. Okay. So you guys, the answer is to be and think and decide and feel that you are safe, stable, secure now, and to stop getting your stability and security and safety from what's going on out there. You got to have it. And this goes for, it doesn't matter how much stuff is happening out there. How do we cultivate this? It's through practice, rinse, and repeat. The affirmations, basically, the mindset for safety, stability, security is, I am unequivocally safe. I am always secure and finding security within myself. I am finding stability on a daily basis, no matter what's going on. Okay? Now, you have to come back to those thoughts and that decision when things are going on, right? No matter what's happening with your SP, like he ain't calling, he ain't FaceTiming. Let's say he's done some things that really bothered you. Let's say you keep thinking about the past over and over and over again. You're reiterating the old story. You're recapitulating, rehashing all of the SHIT he said, okay? What do? We want to go, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to focus on my safety, my security, my stability right now. And I'm going to ensure that I can do this through my entire environment, all of my life. Okay. So my question to you too is, what are you avoiding doing that might facilitate, help you in the progress of safety, stability, security, right? Are you working out of an office that's a complete mess? And then your mind is kind of a mess. And then your relationship's a mess. And you're like, where's the mess? Guess what? The mess is you. Okay. You want to do all the things that you can do, you guys. There are hundreds of thousands of things that you can do to create safety, stability, security. Safety, stability, security is number one. You can't manifest and recreate anybody unless you have that, or it's just going to be all over the place. It's going to be so hectic in your mind. You have to create and decide that safety, stability, security is the foundation of all, okay? That's the thing people always want to avoid doing. I get people that come to me monthly who are like, I've done coaching with this person, I've gotten advice from this person, people have said to me this, people have said to me that. Okay, no one is saying the foundational stuff because is it partially psychological, right? Now, I am part coach, part mentor, part big sister. Even if you're a guy, I can be your big sister. I'm also hypnotherapist, right? I've done it all, I bring it all, I have a holistic approach, right? People are oftentimes avoiding the basic foundational work that I'm here to guide them to do. And I'm the one that's going to tell you, right? I am not here to act like I'm Neville Goddard and say, you create your reality this way, this is the way you do it. No. There is an intrinsic approach with everyone that I tweak. I listen to what's going on with you. I listen and give you tools that you can do and that you can be incorporating. Even sometimes I've given people things to do that deal with the energy systems, the chakra system, the lower chakra, the upper chakra. I am a wizard and I give advice on all because I get to know people, okay? What I don't do is give psychic information, right? I will only give an intuitive guide or an intuitive hunch on where I think you're at, but do not ask me for a psychic read. I'm just making it very clear. I don't do that, okay? Besides, if you want to go do that with someone, you just got to know that they're just giving you an intuitive read on the current moment, right? But I do have a lot of clients that see psychics and see me, and we incorporate it all. It's so fun. It's so amazing, especially if you find someone that you love and you like, and they tell you what you want to hear because you're creating it, and then we talk about it, reiterate it. What a wonderful circus. Talk about chaos. I love it, okay? So, and you guys, let's stop avoiding the chaos. Stop trying to control everything. And to avoid the chaos of life and the chaos of falling in love and the chaos of love itself. You know, you guys, you got to accept for most people in today's day and age especially, getting with your SP, the whole avenue of it, it's usually kind of messy. And isn't that kind of fun? Isn't that kind of explorative and curious? All the tears, all of everything show you who you are as a human being, right? Embrace it all, you guys, embrace it all. If you can embrace it all, it will lead to you being so safe and so stable and so secure. Instead of trying to control yourself, control him with a mental diet, control us, control the things. He also means she, okay, gender equal. In any event, you guys, you got to be, number one, safe, stable, and secure, okay? Now, number two, you got to choose who you're going to be. This is the version of you. Choosing who you are. And this takes some delicate, intricate time to figure out who are you in love and relationships. This isn't who are you at the office, who are you at the gym, who are you with your girlfriends that love you so much and are always there for you. No, this is who are you and who have you always been in relationships, right? Have you always been abandoned, rejected, no one ends up staying with me, people leave me, they end up this, they end up that, they end up that, okay? I also want to say, as a disclaimer, if you're watching my videos, I have to give examples. I say things in success stories. It doesn't mean that you want to be taking anything on and associating this to you. This is an eye-opener. It's always meant to give information, okay? But who have you been, right? You want to get really clear on, like, who have I been? Right? Have you always been chasing people, chasing love? Do you feel like you have to chase things, pursue things, make something happen, be the one that does it? You guys, I hear this from everybody, okay? And I really think that's true. At some point, everyone tells me, I am just so done of pursuing. I'm so done of doing it all. I'm so done of making it happen, okay? So if you've always been that, right, you got to get familiar with it and see it for what it is. That's where the whole, like, Alexis, I don't want to think about my old story or who I've been. I don't want to talk about it. It's a bunch of BS. You have to understand who you've been. You need to understand who you've been to create where you're going, okay? Who you've been to where you're going. Have you been always finding your happiness in someone else? Did you come to conscious manifesting and then you're like, oh my God, this is my reality. So that gives me full reign and full approval to be codependent and like he has my happiness. When he's doing something great, I feel great. Absolutely not. Okay. This video's got a bunch of tangents. I'm going with it. Okay. So in any event, you got to figure out who have you been and decide who do you want to be instead. If you've always been abandoned, that means you want to decide now. Remember, Number 1 is safe, stable, secure, which means that you can decide now, because you're safe, stable, secure, that love stays with you, okay? Now the thing is I'm doing a new video thing. I'm still working this through, okay? So anyways, number 1, safe, stable, secure. From that vantage point and that having that within you, then you can choose who you want to be through knowing who you've been, all right? Using the path of who you've been to create who you're going to be. Number 3 is my easiest answer, is repeat it. You got to repeat and repeat and rinse and repeat until it happens, until you have shifted and changed. That's the boring work that everyone's like, nothing's happening. I don't see anything happening. Well, are you still choosing who you're being in love and relationships, right? Are you still choosing who you're being in love and relationships? Are you still choosing, or are you falling victim to who you've been and viewing it from the lens of abandonment and rejection? Now, if I was to make a number 4, I hadn't planned on it, but let's do it. It's changing the story of your SP. Who were they? What are they doing? How are they acting? But you see, they're the last person. They're in the flow chart. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's your safety, stability, security, foundationally having that now. I want to say too, I gave a client an analogy of this, that going back to the subconscious mind, you are created between ages 0 to 7. I'm saying it one more time, 0 to 7. So that means the 0 is when you are in the incubation period in the womb. It's a very important time. From 0 to 7, your subconscious is being formulated with beliefs, ideas, concepts, your model of love and relationships and what happens. Now, the thing is this. Most people I speak to and most people on planet Earth did not have a near perfect 0 to 7. And that's what we are rejigging, refocusing on. You can choose the term rewiring, but it's rechoosing. You are rechoosing. You are recalibrating those things. Okay? So you got to give yourself the safety, security, and stability number 1 first that you maybe were never given. And it's okay if you were never given it. Most people weren't. Most people choose parents for a major lesson. Yes, you chose your parents and you chose your gender, you chose your body, you chose who you were coming here as, okay? So that's a whole other spiritual topic, okay? But you chose this experience. So you are also choosing, you're watching this video to choose to learn, oh, so I've got to just give myself the safety, stability, security now. It's like how a lot of people say, you want to give yourself the love that you want them to give you, yes, but you got to have, without a shadow of a doubt, the safety and security and stability, and you have to learn to come back to it. Come back to it, come back to it, rinse and repeat. Then you can choose who you're being in love and relationships, right? You can choose who you're being, you can choose who they're being. I think that was 4, right? Choosing who you've been, and then choosing who you're being, and then choosing who they are. Now, it's just like a broken down process. You're probably doing, if you're watching this video, you're doing a lot of manifestation practices anyways, and you're already doing this when you're changing your thoughts and changing the story, but this is what it's about. It's about having that foundation of safety and stability and security, having it, owning it, and being it, okay? That's the main thing. The other points really wouldn't matter as much. You would be, if you were safe, stable, secure, you would route back to that when someone is doing something where you're triggered or affected by it or something, because you would be having that mechanism within you, safety, stability, security, and it would allow you to see yourself different finally, and then it would allow you to see them different finally, okay? But this is the way that we do that. You have to be changing the thoughts of you, accessing the thoughts. You can rewind and reiterate and slow it down and listen to what I said, those affirmations that I threw in there. I have my coffee today here. And this is really the foundational aspect of it, right? If you are prone to feeling so anxious and so insecure and so unsafe in relationships, this is why, right? You were never given safety. You didn't have safety with people. You sure as heck do not feel safe in your body. And your lack of safety is getting triggered and triggered and triggered, and you're in a constant fight or flight. I find that a lot of people come to conscious manifesting. They do a YouTube search or something, Google search, and it actually creates more fight or flight. They're more anxious because now it's like, oh, this is my reality. I'm such a screw up. I've done this wrong. What do I do? How do I fix it? None of that's true, you guys. You are perfect as you are. You are whole and complete as you are. Nothing is wrong with you. You aren't broken. Nothing, you didn't come into this life like a broken bird, right? You came in that you were energetically influenced, and that's what you took on. Because you took it on, we can release it, let it go, and create anew. Which brings me back to these hypnosis audios are helpful for all these things, especially the release the past, you know, because if you have a really difficult time letting go of things that you heard, letting go of things that they said, letting go of the old story, this will allow you to focus on creating a new and once and for all, like make peace with it, you know. You can also train your mind to do that. The only person that is living in your mind is you. The only one who has control over your thoughts is you. And think of it this way, like we spend our entire lives living in here, our entire lives living in here. Okay. So anyone, I want to say too, if you want to be a success story, today was not a success story, funnily enough, right? I'm just giving basic tips. Everyone that's ever been a success story has had to do this. You have to create the foundational, new aspects of self. It's the only way to go about it, right? And you know, with me in session, like I'm not going to be convinced to let you run around life being anxious, fight or flight, insecure, unsafe, unstable. I'm going to say, listen, we got to get it together, right? Can't be like this. Can't let you be like this. Let's create a plan and let's figure out a way for you to foundationally feel grounded, connected in your body, in your life, because you got to have that in order for the major movement with your SP, okay? It's all of that. It's the story of you. Who have you been? Who are you choosing to be now? And then from that place, who are you choosing that they are? Okay. It's all about the versions. It's all about the energy of reality, right? We can't be chasing love and then thinking thoughts of them as a certain way and then being like, oh, nothing's happening, right? Nothing is happening because you weren't able to stay on the appropriate thoughts, or it was really difficult for you to think that someone can pursue you, chase you, love you, unequivocally be so into you. But loves, it's your time, okay? If you're watching this video, you can create it. It just takes being precise, diligent, consistent, doing the deep foundational work in order to also make it long lasting. Because isn't that what we all want, okay? All right, so you guys, I love you so much. Thanks for being here. Remind yourself today and every day this week. This video is coming out on a holiday. Oh my gosh, I just remembered. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. Okay, happy Monday. Let's just have a great week. And I love you guys so much. I really want you guys to get this. I really want you to know that you have the power within you. It is your birthright. It is who you were created to be, to create yourself differently, create your reality differently. You get to have it all, experience it all with your SP. It's just a matter of focusing, okay? I love you guys so much. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.